Here they come. We had like 150 people sign up for this. Um, all right. Welcome everyone. Love seeing the names pop in. Know many of you. Thank you for joining us for our June webinar. I know it's hot outside, so maybe it's cooler inside, and lots of people on vacation, so we'll be sending the recording out to those who are in need of that. And we're gonna get started here in just a second. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll give some folks a chance to join us. I wasn't here last month. I'll share that story while we're jumping in. So while you guys were doing this webinar last month, I was literally at the Great Gatsby in New York. Fabulous show, by the way. My son just turned 18, just graduated high school. He's a theater kid. We took him to New York. Got to see Outsiders, which just won Tony for Best Musical. So it's a great trip. I enjoyed it. I'm refreshed. I'm back for this webinar. So welcome everyone. Let's go ahead and get it going. And then Jordan's not here today. So, we take turns. Hers isn't as exciting. On the team this week, myself, Allison James, I'm presenting along with Christina Godfrey and Chrissy are also presenting as well. And we got Brian from our sales team on. He's waving there, just so stoic back there, Brian. But we're here for the duration. And I know you guys know this because a lot of you have been on them before, but there's always new people who show up. So this is Zoom webinar, a little different than Zoom meeting. If you have a question or a comment, it's the Q&A box that you use, not chat. So find that Q&A box, pop in any messages you have. Our team will answer them. You want to have that open because you'll be able to see the answers to the questions that come in. So everyone's muted. It's for the webinar purposes, but we do want your questions. We want your input. We want your feedback. Here's the cool thing about this webinar. We, One Each has over 700 nonprofits, about 350 United Ways. This webinar is a little bit geared towards the United Way group because we're talking about campaigns, but if you are not a United Way, no worries. I'm going to be showing how to create page with accordions and embedding videos and putting buttons and links and stuff so everyone can get stuff out of this. But I'm going to preface this by saying we're definitely going to have kind of a United Way bend on this because campaign season's coming up and everyone's kind of in that mode of let's get our website ready for campaign season. Let's get that stuff going. But again, whether or not you're a United Way, you're going to get stuff out of this. So thanks for joining us on this journey. And with that, I'm going to ask this really big poll question. So let me launch it. We have 4 questions in our poll. And this is kind of what I call know my audience. Wanting to know, so everyone look at your screen right now. This is when we see if you're paying attention. Everyone look at your screen, read through these questions, and start clicking away and answering. There's 4 questions, so you have to scroll down. So do you use electronic pledge cards? Do you have a campaign toolkit on your site? Do you have events during this campaign season? And do you customize campaign pages for each employer? And I will throw this out as you guys are also answering these questions. If you do this stuff really well, here's the cool thing. Like, I'm going to show you a bunch of great pages, but you might be sitting there going, I have a great page. You should show my page. Send it to us. Use the Zoom question and answer and let us see what your page looks like. The other thing that's really great about what we do is we built a pledge card or a form or an event registration and you need one just like that, you don't have to reinvent the wheel because we can clone and copy to each other. And that's the real beauty of the nonprofit world and working with so many nonprofits together. So be that one who shares their great work so that we can share it with others for free. We don't even charge for that. All right, how are we doing on all those questions I just asked you? Quite a few of you have jumped through and answered them. Awesome.
We're slowly slowing down. So I think
yeah, we're slowing down. I see that. Most people have answered it. So I'm going to go ahead and end this poll question and show you the answers. let's see, this should be up for you all. So electronic pledge cards. A lot of you are doing electronic pledge cards, but we still have some who are doing paper. And what I probably should have asked as a follow-up to the ones who are saying, no, we're doing paper only, is whether or not you're wanting to do electronic. So hopefully that's something that you're here to learn about. Do you have a campaign toolkit on your website? Need some work. Need some work was the highest one. All right, well, we're going to work on that today. That's really a big part of this webinar. And a lot of you'd like to create one. You're at the right place. That's what we're doing. Perfect. Events. Yes. Other tool. Okay. So event registration, I have one sample out there. Anyone who has a good event registration that you're using through One Each, you want to put that in the question and answer link and share it with us. We're happy to share with others because I didn't have a lot of samples this year for some reason. And do you customize them for employer? Okay. 33% said yes, and 39% want to. So again, perfect. All right. Well, we know our audience, and you guys are in the right place. So that is good news. I love when our webinars on target. That's kind of the point of it all. Okay, let's see here. Our did you knows. All right. These ones are pretty basic, but just making sure everyone knows. Did you know you can customize page URLs? Hopefully you do. And as you're doing campaign, that's super, super important. Why? Because this is a recurring thing every year. You have a campaign, you have it again next year, you have it again next year. Hopefully you're using /campaign or something like that as your standard campaign page. And then employers, they should all have their own pages if you're doing the employer pages. And that should not like have -2024 at the end. It should be like their name. It's always their page. It's their page year after year. And the page name URL does not have to match title of the page. You have control over that. Now, hopefully I'll remember to show you how that's done. QR codes are great. I'm going to do a QR code thing here today. I know we've talked about them before, but there's really this huge shift. And as you're doing campaign work and you're printing campaign materials, by golly, have a QR code on it, folks. QR codes are really common. People know how to use them. It's really replaced the old text to do something because it's so much quicker. I open the camera on my phone, boom, I'm there. It's fast. So QR codes are a really good thing to keep in mind as you're doing your campaign stuff. And hey, embed your campaign video on your page. We're going to do that today because that comes up every year. And I know some of you know how to do it, but I also still see people like linking out to somewhere or unsure about the campaign video. So those are my did you knows for today. These are some tips, and then I'm really going right into showing a bunch of web pages. Campaign tips. So main page like /campaign, we talked about that. Style your pages, make them fun, have a good header image. Don't put words on your header images. Use buttons, make sure if you have hyperlinks that they open in another tab. That's a big thing with the campaign pages. I've looked at a bunch of campaign pages this week, getting ready for the webinar, and it's inconsistent, but most people do remember that if they do a link like best practices for campaign, and it's this cute PDF, that's fine. When they click it, don't have it replace the site, have it open in another tab. So I'm going to go through and do some of that today and make sure everyone remembers, make sure those buttons and those links. If you can't see the menu of the site anymore, that's not good. A PDF takes me away from my site. So open in another tab so the site stays open. Campaign toolkit pages, kickoff registrations you can do online. You can put them right into the page if you use the Stripe Webforms. Rotors, don't forget, they can be scheduled. I'm not going to spend time on rotors today. I feel like we've done that a lot, but the big rotating image on your homepage, if you're featuring that about campaign, great. Just make sure that you schedule them if you need to. Online pledge cards, you can personalize them per employer, have personalized URLs. Campaign planning form. I have a sample for you. We have a free one that we can clone to your site if you like it. So I will show that. It's great. This is the time of year that I know a lot of our organizations do what we call CEO visits. I've seen more and more say they're doing them via Zoom than going in person, kind of ever since the COVID era. So you can have a form that you fill out for them or they fill out online, saying what they want to do about their campaign for the year. So I have a sample on that, which you're welcome to. Secured page for coordinators and for employers. So this is something I've got a few out there who are messing with this, and not a lot of you have done this, but it is an option. So your campaign coordinators, sometimes you want that not necessarily to be fully public stuff. You want a special page with them with updates on how campaigns are doing and that stuff. And it's a portal that they log in, just like your board members log in. That's certainly something that can be done. So think about whether or not that would work for you. Also for employers, and I'll have a sample out here. I have a United Way whose employer is adamantly wants everyone to have to log in to do this. Some might see that as a barrier to entry. This employer wants this, and so to accommodate them, we're set something like that up. So I'll show you how that can work as well. The other thing, and this goes along with the campaign coordinators, ECCs, you guys all have different names for them, ECMs, online campaign reporting. So you could use a web form to have them report their numbers, their campaign details and that sort of stuff. I don't have a sample of that. So if anyone out there has a good report that they have their coordinators do, love for you to share that with us, because I know folks do it, but I need to bookmark everything I see, but I missed that one. So I know I have people who do it. I don't have a sample though. So if someone's doing it, please share. All right, with that, I'm gonna go take it out to my pages and show you what we're looking at today. Yeah. All right. So this is when I start doing what I call show and tell. These are great examples from our actual customers who are doing actually really great work out there, and to give you guys ideas. Some of these pages I've shown before, so they stand the test of time. And I know every year I have individuals who come back after this webinar and say, wait, I want a page just like that. So I keep showing them. So United Way Northeast Louisiana, this is their campaign toolkit page. And I opened up a couple of their accordions. So they're getting ready for this year. They're about to embed their video as soon as it's ready. So this is using that accordion look. Stories, a button underneath the accordion that clicks here for more stories, hyperlinks to documents. So whatever works for you. And then they break it into sections. So they actually have the past year one as well, if people want to come back out and look at past year stuff. So that's one way of going about doing it. Looks good. Another campaign toolkit page. I like this header. This header is great because it works really well on mobile. Because regardless of what size mobile I'm going to go to, I'm going to see Live United, Live United, Live United. Maybe the words are going to change. That's fine. But that repetition of it will work well on any screen. Here's their campaign toolkit. I thought this was a neat design in the fact that they used some side-by-side columns with links to their brochures, and they put a visual picture of it. Sometimes we just see the word like English brochure and they click it. Sometimes we'll see folks put like a screenshot and a visual to it. The other thing that's neat here, most of the time folks think of accordions as like the full page, but you can do an accordion section in a column and just set it up this way with the links here. So I click the English, I click the Spanish, I can click the different items. I'll open in another tab and we'll have them there for people to download. All right. Payne County. Hey, Christopher, I saw you're on this. So we're meeting tomorrow even. These guys do a fabulous job with their workplace campaign toolkit, and I'm about to show something else that they do with their site with their this Oklahoma State University campaign, which is their biggest employer. But these are kind of those options out to, hey, I want to run a campaign. I need to get campaign help. I need to find a campaign. They've got a lot happening within their whole campaign toolkit and their options. And these links keep taking them back to the different pages based on what you're doing. So it's really built out very nicely. It is a good model to take a look at as far as how they've built out all of their options and information. There's a lot out here. There's a lot of words, which is good because search engine wise, the PDFs are great, but the words on the page will give you more search engine SEO abilities. They have a lot of short media stories for their agencies. And one of the things that I thought was really neat is that they have the link that it opens, but they have a link to download as well. So putting those options out there for all their agencies, a lot of work here. Nice job. Great setup. So just a sample. And all right, so this is United Way of Greater Baytown Area and Chambers County. It's one of those short names. My friends, they have also done the accordions and the setup here with their frequently asked questions inside the accordions with the background color. But this is what I wanted to show you. I love this. So this is a sample e-pledge page. So they're telling employers, hey, if you want to, we'll create you your own company giving page. Your company's name's on it. This is an example of what it could look like. We can put a message from your CEO right here, a message from the United Way. We'll put a scrolling carousel. These are nice. The carousels are nice on the page with maybe the tagline for the year, the dates of the campaign, that kind of stuff. And then we can customize your pledge card exactly the way you want. What are your payroll deduction options that you want, pay periods, cash check, etc. So they built this out and set this up for employers to take a look at and decide, yes, I do want this page. So this is the United Way, in fact, that had an employer come back and say, we want it, but we want a secured page. We want them to have to log in. And I said, oh, okay. So that employer, it's Exxon, and they're going to create, we have created an employee portal. I'm actually logged in as an Exxon employee. It's still a work in progress, but why would we do that? It is a barrier to entry. It is a little bit more work. The reason that this might appeal to someone is one, when they log in, and each employee is going to be given their own login, they're going to have a message and a welcome here. It's generic, it'll be for everyone, but each employee will log in as their name. So if I'm Allison and I log in and it's year 2, this can pre-populate with what I filled out last year. That's kind of cool. So for my United Ways who've done like the agency application route, and your agencies come back year 2 and they see it pre-populated, same concept. So in a pledge card world, that would just mean, now, do we want them to have to log in every year? Is that a great practice? Does that work well for your environment? That's a decision point for you guys, because some might say, yes, that's exactly what I want. I want them to be able to log in and see what they filled out the year before. But it also is another step, and you're going to run into people who go, oh, I don't remember my login, and you might lose them in the transition. I'm just sharing with you that this is something that can be done, and this is something that is being done for one of our United Ways who had that desire. So. All right. Also have seen United Way set up like a landing page with all the employers who are participating that have links to their actual individual campaign pages. This is usually the deal is that you are actually just handing out like that URL. Remember I talked about the URL? So City of Rockford /COR, that's kind of their acronym. That's what they go by. That's their page every year. They just go to here. So those guys are never going to land on that bigger page. They're always going to go straight to their individual page. Why would I have the bigger page? The bigger page is a little bit more of the, hey, look, who's part of our campaign? Why aren't you on this page? As you're promoting your own campaign season and you're able to share with others, all of these guys are doing it. You need to be doing it too. So It's just one way to set it up with that look with the links. But typically, like I said, when push comes to shove, when you're working with the individual employers, it's going to be about their individual page. Setting it up, here's a design where the individual workplace page has links out to some stuff and a message here, and then the pledge card setup. Let me go ahead and make a comment about the online pledge cards. There are two ways to go with online pledge cards through OneEach. One way is like this one, where everyone fills out this one pledge card, whether they're payroll deduction, whether they're paying by check, or whether they're paying by credit card. However, our credit card folks will have to do a second form where they put the money in, because we cannot have the processor on the exact same page with payroll deductions. Why? A processor can't be hidden in this web form environment. It is against PCI compliance. So some of our United Ways choose to have two separate forms entirely. If they're doing credit card, we're going to send them to another form and they'll have all of this and we'll track it and from start to finish, and they won't do anything on the other form. So just know that there's kind of two ways to go about doing this. The benefit of setting it up this way is that you'll have one full report for that employer of everyone versus this entirely separate report for the credit card people. The downside to doing it this way, if there is one, is that you just need to, the folks who pick credit card will have a few more fields that they'll need to fill out. Again, like they'll have to repeat their name, and we need to make sure that they actually finish the credit card transaction part. So the credit card people will have a two-step to that. So so if you have questions on that, please reach out to your account manager. We'll help you in your decision-making process. Either method works fine. It's kind of a preference piece, but we do want you to know that there are two approaches to this, and I have people choose both. All right, here's another workplace campaign page for Rave Financial. Another thing that's cool is as you're working with these individual employers, you can do stuff like this. Like they have branch locations. Which location? Put it as a radio, make them pick it, make it required, have them decide what they're going to do here as far as how they're giving. And if you want to allow designation options, you can. This is check boxes, so they can pick as many as they want. Woo, that's a lot of work to do. Or you could do radios, or you can force it to a certain direction. So all of that stuff is configurable on our online pledge cards. Whatever you need for your pledge card, it can be done. And we have lots of versions of these because you guys just don't all do it the same. Every pledge card's different, but that's what makes us uniquely unique, right? And there is that signature box, so that's also very cool. All right, here we go. This is an interactive piece. Grab your phones if you're sitting there. Just a reminder on the QR code. I think this is so important, and in today's world and campaign, if you're not using QR codes, shame on you. Let's be using them. Grab your phone. Hopefully everyone here knows how to do a QR code, but just in case you don't, open your camera like you're going to take a picture, but don't take a picture. Hold it up to the thing, and you'll see, usually mine shows in yellow, some kind of link will show on your screen. You click it with your finger and you will go to Oklahoma State University's campaign page. Christopher, I put you guys out there on the big thing with your, if you need a QR code, I have done it for you. So let me know tomorrow when we meet. Anyway, I bet you have it already though. So here's their campaign page. Why would this be great? Well, gosh, we're going to have flyers all around Oklahoma State. We're going to have that QR code everywhere. People are going to be scanning it. They're going to get to the page. All the details are here with all of the stuff, la, 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 la. So if you've got it up on your phone, if you did that, you can kind of see what that would be looking like. But I think it's a really nice thing as you do on individual employer pages. I will mention the QR system I use. I use Adobe Express because I have an Adobe account. There's a lot of QR code things out there. Canva does QR codes. So there's a lot of ways to generate them, but there are some scammy ones out there. So just be careful if you're using a QR code generator that it's it's legit, and don't find yourself accidentally suddenly getting cookies and ads that you don't want. Okay. Let's keep going. All right. I didn't have a lot of event samples this year, but campaign often comes with events, a kickoff event. Sometimes they're a kickoff day of caring or golf tournaments or whatever. This is a kick it off kickball tournament. So we've got that word kick kind of going. United Way of Onslow County. This is the United Way that Christina and I worked at. That's a good trivia question for y'all. So they are having their Kick It Off Kickball tournament coming up, and they did some nice background color boxes with the details, and they have the registration form right on here. It's free, so it doesn't have a payment piece, but it certainly could have a payment piece on it that people could sign up and register. So just as a reminder, these can be bedded right into a page. This is a good header image for that. No words on it, works well. All right. How are we doing, you guys? Any questions going? I've been rambling.
There you go. We've been staying on top of them. Chrissy and I got them all done.
Yes.
But I can take this opportunity if you want to answer one live. Holly asked, if the QR codes are linked to live so that they can just simply tap on it when they are using their phone.
So if you're using your phone, you have a QR code out there. When they click it, it's going to be whatever's current on that page. I'm not sure I'm following your question.
Yeah, well, I think this is what Holly's asking, and Holly, you can correct me if I'm wrong. So basically, a majority of the time when you create a QR code in the system, it's automatically going to be live. So no matter where you place that QR code, all that individual is going to have to do is hold their camera up to it, and it will provide them a link to open in their browser. That should be an automatic thing for most of your QR code creators. So yeah, I think that's where she's going. But
and I literally didn't even save this one. I just left the screen up that I was generating it on. But I took the URL to the Oklahoma State University campaign headquarter page, dropped it here, and as soon as you drop it, the QR code generates. A QR code is a digital representation of every letter here. It's of the HTTPS colon. So this is what it looks like in a hieroglyphic world. So that will, regardless of what QR code generator I use, it's going to generate the same looking image, and it's going to go to the same page. Really kind of fascinating. So yeah, once it's generated to a certain URL, you're updating that page. It's not locked to the date that you did it. It's live. It's whatever updates you put on it, that's going to go along with it. So yeah, I think that's what the question. Okay. All right. So now we're going on to, okay. The pages that we have available for you if you need them added to your site for free. I've got 3 up. I'm going to show them to you, and then I'm going to start building a page and doing some accordion work and stuff and showing you how I build out a pledge or a campaign toolkit page. So this page is called our pledge card for cloning. There are some instructions at the top of this page, and this is kind of for you and me, for us. If you go this route, one of the cool things with this page is this is the one where I talked about if they pick credit card, they'll put the information right in here, and they're going to proceed to the credit card payment page. So it's one form for all things. And then the credit card payment page. Where did I lost it? I lost it. There it is. This. So this is the short version of that credit card payment. All these guys have to do on the repeat side is their name, their company, their email. And you use this for every single pledge page that you create. That's kind of and that's just if they picked credit card. So this could be cloned, the pledge card, credit card payment, and then the generic workplace pledge. We do have to set them up so that if they pick payroll deduction, we create this page, thank you page for payroll deduction, and a thank you page for check, and a thank you page for cash, and then they go to the special page for the payment. So there's a few things that have to happen. So there's a few tasks. I'm not going to go through the tasks. just know that if you're getting this for the first time, probably book a meeting with your account manager and let's make sure that it's configured properly before you start cloning it for all your employers. So once you have it set, you just keep copying it and you keep putting on the page. You also want to create like that templated workplace page, like that nice sample we saw from Greater Chamber area. They had a page that they set as a sample with a scrolling bar. You know, we've seen one with boxes. So you design out a workplace page and you design out a workplace pledge card. It's kind of your stock go-to. And then there's cloning and work that has to be done. I won't say that it's like quick stuff. It's plan some time and let's work on this. And get you set up for the year so that you're ready to roll. So this would be the pledge card that we can clone. This is the pledge card with the credit card payment that we can clone. And then this is that campaign planning form that I talked about. This is the stock one we have in place, company name, coordinator, all that information. If you had a campaign before, we can add conditional things if we want, number of employees, notes about employer. Sometimes United Way's personally fill these out, like it's like their own intake form, right? Sometimes they send it out to organizations and have organizations fill it out. That's a you decision. What works for you? So your planned dates on your campaign. Do they want an online pledge card? What are their pay period options? Really important question if you're doing online pledge cards. Don't have options out there that they don't have. If they don't offer, they don't pay 52 weeks a year, don't have that in there because someone will pick it and it's just not their pay period. So find out things like that. Who's their contact? So here's a cool thing. I'm glad I had this memory moment. Your HR person, they want a copy of every pledge card. Great. You can have it automatically copy when they fill out. Your HR person, they don't want a copy of every pledge card, but they want to be able to access the data. We can actually set them up with an authenticated user role just to pull their own report when they need their own report. You don't necessarily have to pull it for them, but that's only going to be for those employers who have that level of engagement. Most of them are going to want you to pull the data and send it to them. What's the data? It's a CSV file, right? Or an Excel file. So here's the cool thing about this versus, the paper. It's already typed and keyed. And depending on what you're using as a CRM, you quite possibly can import that data into your system because a lot of CRM systems can import this kind of data. That depends on your CRM, and I can't speak for every CRM out there, but I know some of them will take the data and be able to import them. Ordering materials, number of pledge cards, you're using thermometers, pens, whatever you might have, order form, submit. So again, this is sometimes something that I see folks doing where they fill it out or they have the company fill it out for them. All right. Last but not least, let's go ahead and work on our campaign page. So this is my demo site and I'm logged in and I have my pages /campaign, put a header picture up, put a welcome to. I want to go ahead and add some accordions. So I want to show this. So whoever you are, this is basic website training 101 kind of stuff. I'm going to embed a campaign video. I'm going to add some documents. So let's do that. So edit. And ladies, holler if there's anything that I need to address. Okay, so the accordions. The accordions are very popular for toolkits. So I will go ahead and add a component and I will add the accordion. The accordion typically is a long line with a plus on the end. Some of them don't have a plus, some of them have something else, or you just click the name, but you usually will see a plus at the end. So my very first accordion, I'm going to add the campaign video. So that's the title of it. And this is, now what do I do? Now what do I do? I need to add the video. How do I add the video? Underneath here, the section, I'm just going to need a rich text editor, regular box. To add my video? Yes, because a rich text editor has the ability to add source code, and that's how you add a video. Videos have to be on a third-party tool, like Vimeo or YouTube. So I went ahead and went to the United Way site, and I got their We Are United Way video. So I'm going to embed this video. To embed a video, you'll click share and you'll click the word embed and you get code. You don't need to know how to write code. You just need to know how to copy code. You can click copy. Let's just copy it. So we click copy, it's on my clipboard, and we go back to the page. So I don't paste it here. It's code. I paste it under source. Code goes where code goes. And there it is. If I click source again, I'll see it's here. I actually want to make sure it centers though. So I'll click the center and it'll be underneath that accordion. Let's go look at it. So now I have campaign video. There it is. Cool. All right, let's add more. So I have one accordion in place. Now I want another accordion. Their accordions are kind of cool because accordions can be like stacked on each other, smash, 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 or they can have a space in between them. If I was to do component here and add an accordion, I would be starting a whole new set of accordions or individualize it. I want this accordion to be in the same group with it. So I'm actually going to go to this accordion section that already exists, and I am going to add another accordion. And that's my only choice because I'm in the accordion section. So the title for this is going to be campaign materials. Oh, cool. I've done it before. And what's going under it? I'm just going to add another rich text editor. And in this case, I'm going to just use those bullets like we see a lot of folks like to do and put some materials in here. Best practices and community report. So I'm adding two. So best practices, when you want to hyperlink it to a PDF or a document, you highlight the words, you click the link, you open the file browser, and you upload the document. Best practices, open, select it, always use the title, that's an ADA compliance thing. And under advanced, check the box, open in new window. I'm pounding it in your head right now. Do the advanced and open a new window, otherwise they leave your site. So this is a really good tip. All right, let's do a second one. Link, browse, upload, add file, community report, open. Oh, it's kind of big. Should have paid attention to that. I just grabbed it off of the first page I looked at. They had such nice. Couldn't save it because it's too big. Okay, we will make it up. Let's see, maybe not. Okay, we'll leave that one alone. That was my bad. I should have recognized that it was a large file. Only tested one of them. Again, you would open a new window. Let's hit save. And all right, so my second one, I have this, best practices. Let's click it. There it is in the new tab. Now I'm going to cheat this time. I'm going to copy the URL because it's already been uploaded. But I am going to show you an option that you can, you saw the one, it had information under the accordion and then they put, yeah, I'm running into time, that's fine. They put a button in. So let's just add a button under this one. So here's the accordion section with campaign materials. Those are those two bullets in the rich text editor. And I'm going to just, for kicks and giggles, add a link button and make it red. And here's that URL to that page because I had it open, and call it best practice code. Target, new window, same deal there. And then some of you have this feature and some don't, but if you need it, it's something that can be added if you want your buttons to align left or right or centered. We're gonna put it centered. And I'll hit save. And dun 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 dun. There it is. one last thing, and then I'm handing it off to Chrissy. She's going to talk to you about mindful giving, which is another campaign tool that everyone should be considering. So this accordion section that we have here, some of the folks had component titles like materials, and then they added a whole new component section for accordions, a whole nother set, and had a title above it. You saw those breaks like 2023 and 2024. That's how they did it. They did a title for the whole component section. So that will help you design that layout to do kind of those cool things like that. So you can have a title and then you can have them together, and then you can have another section of accordions and have them together. But there you go. So that's kind of some build on a campaign toolkit page. I'd add some pictures. I'd do some more stuff with it, but all right. So questions before we hand it off? No? Okay. Hey, Chrissy, you want to talk about mindful giving?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Allison.
You're welcome.
Okay, mindful giving. So at One Each, we recognize that one of the biggest challenges right now for many of our customers is finding new donors, but also finding innovative ways to engage with those new donors. So hence we bring to you mindful giving. And I know many of you have heard about this in the past. We've been talking about it for a while, but I know we have new people on the call. But we also have worked with Amazon Business to improve our mindful giving platform. And so we now bring to you Mindful Giving 2.0. And so there's a lot more features to mindful giving that I'm kind of going to touch on today with this new version. And so I'll go through those right now. So with this mindful giving, a lot of people think it takes the functionality of a wish list, which it kind of does, but it also gets you all the benefits. With mindful giving, you get to retain all the donor information so that you can continue to engage with them on a future campaign, in any way that you need to. You get to capture everything with that donor when they make a purchase. So you get their address, all their critical information, things that you can't have with a regular Amazon wish list. Another thing I love about it is donors are also able to add monetary donations, which they aren't able to do on a wish list. So they can purchase the product, but they also have a great opportunity to add monetary donation to their purchase. Another thing that's great about mindful giving, it's a wonderful way to work with your partners to help support the work they do. You can have this platform right on your website. You can invite your agencies to utilize it for different product drives. A lot of you are working on Stuff the Bus, working on holiday campaigns or thinking about those, food pantry drives, you name it. The opportunities are endless. But you can invite your partner agencies to, you can host these campaigns on your website, bring this traffic to your website. Individuals can purchase these items and again, give monetary donations that you get to capture. You get those donors' information. So it's a win-win for both you and your partner agencies. And one of the biggest features with Mindful Giving 2.0 is you get to run multiple campaigns at once. So in our older version, you were only allowed one campaign at a time. Now you can run multiple campaigns. Also, with Mindful Giving versus Amazon Wishlist, you get to choose the different shipping addresses for each campaign. So you don't have to have all these products delivered directly to you. If it's one of your partner agencies or the products need to go to a different facility, you get to control that and enter that shipping address as needed. And the biggest exciting thing is these are donations. This is considered donations. All these purchases are 100% tax deductible. You get to customize and personalize these receipts that go out to these donors. So that's a great option that you can do. And, most importantly, research shows that it's really difficult to connect with some of our younger generation, to get them involved, get them wanting to donate and support. So this is a great way to reach out to them, to give them the opportunity to donate in a different way and really feel the impact of how their donation dollars are used. And so I know we're running out of time, and we have few other things to cover, but I just wanted to kind of show you how this looks from a donor's perspective when they come to the Mindful Giving platform on your website. And the first one I'll show really quickly is the Stuff the Bus campaign that our friends at Catawba County United Way are currently running. So when your donors come to this page, this is what they'll see. It's very easy to navigate. It's also very easy on the back end for you folks to set up. And I kind of already added an item. I chose an item before I came in here and added it to the cart because I wanted to show you how this looks to the donor, how easy it is for them to say, yeah, I want to buy this product, but I also want to give a nice monetary donation. And then they check out. The process is very easy for them. Another great example of a landing page of a mindful giving multiple campaigns is our friends at the Community Assistance Center. So this is like what your donors would see when they come to the landing page of all the different product campaigns that are currently running on your site. And again, they can choose the campaign they want to support and follow through and purchase, add a monetary donation if they wish. But the biggest exciting thing about this is we are offering an amazing promotion right now on this. So you really don't want to miss out. For our current customers, this usually costs $1,200 per year. But right now, for your first year, if you'd like to give this a try, we're offering it to our current customers for $600. And I know this is a great time with your budget seasons coming up. Maybe you have some extra funds to give this a chance. We feel confident that you'll really, really find this as a beneficial platform on your site. I wish I could show you the back end, but we don't have time. Please, if you're interested, reach out to your account manager. We can give you a full demo of the back end and how easy this is for you to set up and manage. So certainly, reach out to us. We can show you all the steps and we can turn this around pretty fast. So if you have these upcoming campaigns, this is a great, great platform to consider. I don't know if Allison, Brian, Christina, anything else to add?
No, you're good. You got it covered.
We're just keeping that, as this topic was campaign, it seemed really appropriate to show this again, the mindful giving platform, because we're trying to reach our donors in as many unique ways as possible. And this is something that can really engage individuals who have maybe not engaged with you before. They might not want to give to Impact, but they want to buy shoes for kids and they want to buy books.
And I will add something to the potential CFOs that might be on the webinar. So it's great to have the donor information for re-engagement, but you have the donor information attached to a $sign, so you can actually make sure your financials are accurate as well at the end of the year. So it should make your life easier. So I just wanted to add my 2 cents on that.
We're very excited about it. And now as website customers of one each year, and we said it was $1,200 a year, external non-website customers actually pay considerably more. So, and we have a lot of people engaging with us. This is part of something we have with Amazon, which is pretty cool. So let us know if you're interested. All right. Thanks, Chrissy. I appreciate that. That's cool. I think Christina is going to tell you guys about your free gift that you get. You might have seen this. I should have mentioned, I forgot to put an agenda together. You get a free gift. Christina, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick for that. But actually, before I dive into this wonderful, amazing ebook that we're going to be sharing with you, we did have Erin over at Monterey County shared an example of one of her campaign pages that I wanted to take an opportunity to share with everyone. So let me get us moved over to here. So yes, so Erin, awesome job on your page. So this is just displaying one of their setups for their internal campaign pages. So she's done a great job here in incorporating many of the different elements or the component features, such as the link buttons, the equal columns, and so forth. And they've incorporated one of the widgets that is available through the Civi CRM that you can do. So great job. Yes. I just wanted to take an opportunity to share that with everyone. So all right, so that's gonna, lead us to your gift for today. So as a thank you for joining us during this webinar, everyone who registered is going to receive an awesome ebook on how to run a successful campaign that our team here at One Each has created for you. So just going to kind of quickly skim through some of these slides. As I said, as this will be a gift to you. So upon completion of this webinar, you will receive a link to this PDF file for you to keep and share if you would like. But yeah, so in it is just a lot of useful information on how to identify your campaign goals, how to kind of identify the audience that you're targeting, whether it be specific campaigns that you're running within maybe your overall annual campaign. If you're doing one that's maybe targeting, the young crowd, or maybe even doing, like we have the school drives, you have those specific campaigns that you run within your overall campaign year. So we've got a lot of cool information to kind of help you just start thinking, maybe thinking outside the box, some things that you've maybe not considered. Because we do know sometimes we get into kind of I don't want to say broken record, but we just kind of get into the motions and we repeat the same things every year. So hopefully this will be a good tool for you to kind of think of things that maybe you didn't think about previously, as well as we've got some great examples. I'm going to kind of just skim down here that we have shared for customers who have done some awesome jobs. Again, kind of some of the examples that we shared today, and just on how you can engage and utilize this information directly on your website. But yeah, so as I said, you're going to all get this as a gift. Thank you for joining us today during this webinar. And then you'll have to forgive me because I did not get my link ready. I don't know if Allison, you can quickly share it in the chat. But we're going to also share a link. If we don't have it, we will share it in our follow-up with you. But we will share a link where you can fill out to receive the PDF. So if you have partner agencies or neighboring United Ways who are not with One Each that you would like to share this with, that you think would benefit from having this lovely ebook on how to run a successful campaign, you can certainly share this with them. So yeah, so that's kind of our way of saying thank you. Thank you for being a One Each customer. So, all right. Anything anybody?
All right.
I know we're getting close on time.
No, we're good. We're good. Hey, I did just in the question and answers, I put a link to the page that I used Christopher's comment. The link to the page that comes up that is public page for anyone to request a copy of Discovering the Secrets to Launching a Successful Campaign. If you fill that out now, it'll then give you the link and you can download it. But you're going to get a link to the book in the email that goes out. So all of our webinars are recorded 24 hours after webinar. We send a thank you message to people who attended and to the ones who weren't able to attend. It will have a link back to this recording of the webinar. It will also have a link to that book. So you can either go to this page and do it now if you'd like. But this is the page you would share with others who want about that. Okay, let's see here. Oh, no problem. Yeah, let me take this back then. Oh, I might as well show that. Oh, I didn't know you'd stop sharing screen.
Sorry.
That's okay. Do I have the right screen up? Yes. So this is the page I was talking about that I just put out there. This page itself, if you fill this out and click, you'll get the link to download that document that Christina just shared with you. All right, we're on wrap-up stage of this webinar. I have a couple other things I want to mention. One is, hey, our support site got an update. So if you haven't been to our support.oneeach.com lately, it does look a little different. I do want to take a moment to mention that to you. It's kind of cool because the form is now right on the page. There's some links to articles here, but this chat bot is your friend. It's kind of your search for anything. Like, let's just say you're like, oh, how do I embed that video? And you use that chat bot and you type embed video, it would pop you to the training page with how to embed the video. So it's a little different on the search than it used to be. Use the chat bot to search for anything you're looking for, like Rotors, picture size, homepage, web forms, etc. So just a FYI, support site update. Along with that, our link to our webinar recordings has actually changed as well. And I'll share that to you on the next screen. Let me stop and just do this first. Referrals. And I know Brian's sitting there going, this is my screen. Referrals. We love you guys, and we hear all the time how much you love us. We want you to tell people. We thank you for being a loyal customer, and if you as an individual refer someone, it can be any for-profit. We do work with for-profit. We get asked that all the time. Yeah, we'll work with anyone. And they become a customer, you personally will send you $100 gift card just to thank you for doing that. Brian, you want to say something here?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously with the new rebranding, tell all your neighboring United Ways, just meet with us, schedule a time. But primarily just I can almost guarantee some, if not most of your partner agencies that you work with are likely overpaying for less. So have them meet with us. We can try and optimize. It'll better help your community in general. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah. And I know some of you guys got to meet him at recent conferences, so he's
Yes.
tall.
Yeah, I'm the tall guy from Great Rivers or Alabama.
Yep. Our closing details, here's that link. So the link to all webinar recordings is out there. It's changed though. It's KB knowledge base, kb.oneeach.com/webinar is the new link to recordings of all webinars. Within 24 hours, we get them posted. Support, same link, but it does look different, which I just showed you. You can put in a ticket to request cloning on the pledge card, the payment page, and then the campaign planning form if you want any of those. Or if you need a security area set up like we're doing for Exxon and for different groups, or for campaign coordinators. But most importantly, book with us because we're going to help you through this process. Don't try and do it on your own. I mean, you can, but we're here and it's part of what you pay for. So book a meeting with us. We love meeting with you guys. So we'll meet with you on that. We got a few more webinars coming up. It's solidly the third Thursday of every month. So July 18th is the secured portals, August 15th advanced page layouts, and September 19th is SEO. I think we're going to have some special ones out there along the way as well. I know we're talking about one about mindful giving and Drupal 10 with the new themes coming out for our United Way market. So that wraps it. What did we do on time? Ooh, I have 2 minutes left. Any questions? Good job. Any questions, anybody? All right. Thank you all so much for your time and attendance. We appreciate you, each and every one of you. Thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah, have a good one.
Thank you.